Is it actually possible to cure SIBO permanently? Or are you stuck in the treat-relapse loop forever? Short answer: SIBO is very treatable. Whether it stays gone depends on fixing what allowed it to grow in the first place. Kill the bugs alone and relapse is likely. Fix the driver and you have a real shot at long-term freedom. Hi, my name is Bimal and I am founder of Gutsphere. We have this amazing video to help you find a cure for SIBO. By the end of this video, you will know how to test correctly so you are not chasing noise, how to treat by gas type, hydrogen versus methane, and how to prevent relapse with a driver-matched plan so you stop repeating the same cycle. Watch till the end, we have a surprise for you. Most SIBO videos promise a quick fix, one pill, one diet, one supplement. But if you have tried those, you already know. Relief is temporary, relapse is common, and frustration builds. This isn't one pill video. We don't do shortcuts, we do systems. We bring a multidisciplinary lens: gastroenterology, nutrition, pelvic floor therapy, GI psychology, so you can connect the dots. And we make videos for high agency people who want to take notes, test ideas, ask the right questions to their clinicians, and build a durable plan. If that's you, welcome, you are in the right place. And here is the promise: if you identify your driver and match treatment and prevention to it, you can make relapse the exception, and for many, achieve long, symptom-free stretches that feel like a cure. I will show you the exact playbook we use: test right, treat by gas type, rebuild terrain, prevent based on driver. Ready? Let's start with why relapse happens and how to stop it. Here is the honest pattern many people experience. You treat SIBO with antibiotics or a strict diet. You feel better, sometimes much better. Weeks or months later, the bloating, pain, or constipation creeps back. You try a new supplement, switch diets, maybe repeat antibiotics. Relief again, then relapse. That loop isn't your fault, it's the system. Most treatments target the overgrowth, not the conditions that let it grow there. There are 4 broad drivers to investigate. Motility problems: when the gut's housekeeper waves doesn't sweep. Structural issues: adhesions, strictures, blind loops. Medications: PPIs, opioids, inflammatory or metabolic diseases such as diabetes, thyroid, celiac, IBD, pancreatic insufficiency. Unless you treat the driver, you are fighting weeds without fixing the soil or sprinkler system. They will regrow. Let's start with motility. Studies show relapse rates of about 44% within 9 months after antibiotics. And one of the biggest predictors was impaired motility. Post-infectious IBS is a classic example. Food poisoning can damage the migrating motor complex, that sweeping wave between meals. Reflection prompts: did my symptoms start after a stomach bug or food poisoning? Do I graze all day instead of spacing meals? If yes, motility could be your driver. The good news: meal spacing, morning movements, circadian alignments, and sometimes clinician-guided prokinetics all help reactivate that sweep. Next, structural issues. Adhesions from surgery, strictures, or blind loops creates pockets where bacteria stagnate. These are well documented in gastroenterology research. So, reflection. Have I had abdominal surgery? Did symptoms worsen afterwards? Do I have bloating and pain that doesn't change much with diet? If so, structure could be part of your story. Permanent cure here means working with a gastroenterologist and sometimes a surgeon or pelvic floor therapist to address the mechanics. Third, medications. Long-term proton pump inhibitors reduce stomach acids. Studies show higher smaller intestinal bacterial counts in chronic PPI users. Opioids slow motility, again raising risk. Reflection. Am I on a daily PPI for reflux? Do I use opioids for pain? If yes, don't stop suddenly, but bring this to your clinician. Even reducing dose, timing, or finding alternatives can dramatically change the relapse risk. Finally, inflammatory or metabolic drivers. Diabetes can impair nerve function and motility. Celiac disease, IBD, and pancreatic insufficiency change digestion and absorption, laying the groundwork for overgrowth. So, reflection. Have I been tested for celiac? How well my thyroid or diabetes managed? Do I have unexplained deficiencies like B12 or iron? These clues point to a systematic drivers that require medical partnership. This is why a multidisciplinary approach is non-negotiable. A gastroenterologist identifies motility, structural, or medication drivers. A dietitian prevents malnutrition and guides diet re-expansion. A pelvic floor PT addresses constipation mechanics. A GI psychologist helps calm hypersensitivity and stress-triggered relapses. Permanent cure isn't about killing bacteria harder. It's about finding your driver and matching prevention to it. The most practical test is a hydrogen methane breath test using glucose or lactulose with proper prep. A hydrogen rise of more than 20 parts per million within 90 minutes is positive, and methane greater than 10 parts per million anytime indicates intestinal methanogen overgrowth, IMO, often linked to constipation and requiring different treatment. PrEP is critical. Stop antibiotics a few weeks before. Stop probiotics and high fiber supplements for a few days. Fast overnight. Without PrEP, results are unreliable. False positives and negatives happen. Rapid transit can make lactulose show an early rise that isn't SIBO. Very slow transit can mask a rise. So breath tests are a tool. Combine results with your symptom story. Hydrogen sulfide is a newer marker. Some kits measure it, but cutoffs aren't standardized yet. Treat it as supporting data, not the whole picture. Step 1. Clear the overgrowth. Hydrogen predominant SIBO. Rifaximin is the best studied antibiotic. A common regimen is 550 mg 3 times daily for 14 days. Methane, IMO combination therapy, rifaximin plus neomycin works better than either alone for clearing methane and relieving constipation. An elemental diet for those who can't or don't want antibiotics. A clinician supervised elemental diet for 2 weeks can normalize breath taste in many cases. Herbal protocols. Small studies suggest options like berberine or oregano oil may help, but responses vary. These should be guided, not DIY forever. Probiotics. There's mixed evidence. Some people improve, others worsen. Use cautiously, usually after eradication. Step 2. Rebuild the terrain. If SIBO has lingered, check for B12, iron, and fat-soluble vitamin deficiencies. Correcting these restores energy, mood, and healing capacity. Diets should be seen as a temporary tool, not a prison. Low FODMAP or low fermentation diets can ease symptoms during treatment. But long-term restrictions harms microbial diversity. Work with a dietitian to liberalize and reintroduce foods after treatment. Step 3. Prevent reoccurrence. Prevention is everything. Meal spacing, 4 to 5 hours between meals. Avoid late-night snacking. Prokinetics, sometimes low-dose erythromycin at bedtime guided by a clinician helps. Medication audit. Review PPIs and opiates with your prescriber. Pelvic floor PT, if straining or incomplete evacuation is part of your story. Gut-brain therapy, CBT or hypnotherapy to calm hypersensitivity. Sleep and circadian rhythm, consistent mornings, earlier dinners, light hygiene. Yes, if the driver is temporary, like post-infectious motility issues, many people clear SIBO once and never relapse. And yes, functionally, even if the driver is chronic, with adhesions, diabetes, or chronic meds, permanence means cycles of treatment plus prevention. The realistic goal is long remissions with minimal symptoms, not chasing a perfect test. Open your Notes app and create a page titled My SIBO Driver. 4 sections: motility, meal spacing, movement, sleep. 2 structures: surgeries, adhesions, medications. 3 medications: PPIs, opioids. And 4 inflammation, metabolic. Thyroid, diabetes, celiac, IBD. Write 1 sentence. My likely driver is blank because blank. And then list 3 preventions, actions for that driver. Bring this plus 5 questions to your clinicians. Which breath test and prep should I use? Do my symptoms fit hydrogen or methane? What's our plan to treat by gas type? What driver do you suspect and how do we test it? What's my prevention plan post-treatment? SIBO is treatable. A permanent cure is possible for many when the driver is fixed. For others, permanence means long remissions with simple prevention. Either way, you are not stuck. You have levers to pull. We built Bear to help you do exactly this. Track patterns, apply protocols, and talk with your care team with clarity. Subscribe for more systems-level answers, and the surprise is that you get Gutsphere app for free. You can find the free Gutsphere app link in the description, and Gutsphere is a co-pilot for your cure journey. Hope you'll find a cure, because the real cure isn't just clearing bacteria, it's reshaping the system so SIBO doesn't keep coming back.